Hey, what's up guys? So here's another update on my layout. So since last time, which was around January, I made a few modifications, a few add-ons. So first of all, I've created this slope here to connect the raised foam to the base. Then I painted the whole foam in this dark brown color, so it bends better with the base. I've put these brackets on the base. These are like floating shelves brackets that you put on your walls to hang the shelves. But in this case, I will use them to insert the background. I plan on printing the background on a 60mm cardboard that I'm gonna slide right in these brackets. It should work just fine. I'm still waiting for the background to be delivered. Then I laid the ballast on all the visible tracks, and I painted it with my hairbrush. So I ballasted all the tracks here for the Shinkansen lines. And then you will wonder, what are these white pieces here? So what I plan to do is to put these 3D printed platforms that I 3D printed, and I plan on fitting them in these white slots here. So they will just, there's this done like this. So I just slide them in, and they will be put in place all like this. So I glued of course I 3D printed these white pieces, and I glued them in, measured them, and one by one they will be filled with the platforms. So I cut to size some papers, and I've taped them together. I laid them down. This should be this one actually. So yeah. So the idea is to take some sheet of plastic and do the same, tape them together, and create one long platform like this. Same with the other one, like this. And then I've already printed what should be the final print. So copying more or less Tokyo Station platforms with the Tokyo Shinkansen sign there, and the JR East ones. I just ran some trains and tried to mark down where they stop. It's not very precise because every time they stop in a different position, but at least more or less it's right. So I'm gonna, following Luke Towan's video that I'm gonna link down below, I'm gonna print this on a cotton and glue it all on the plastic. So let's see how it goes. So using this pla plate, 5mm thick, so it's plastic, polystyrene, I believe. I created these long platform. I taped them together and shaped them in the same shape of the papers. So the next step is to print the platforms on the cotton. And here we are. This is cotton. It's not the best. There's some imperfection here in the print, but if you look it from far, it's more than enough. quality is decent. Of course, you can see the seam lines, but what can you do? I used probably a cotton too thin. I should have used a thicker one. I think the one that I use is like 140 gram per meter, which is too low. Should go higher. But yeah, that's what I had. So let's put them in place. So here's the final result. I'm quite happy with it. Of course, then we will have to put the roof, but for now it looks pretty okay. There, I put some pins to hold them in place so they don't move. Eventually we'll glue them down or use some other method, but yeah, for now it looks okay. And today the background arrived, so I already cut the holes where the trains would go through, but yeah, this is the background. I printed the Tokyo skyline, and you see this is a 16mm cardboard. That it's very light, but very sturdy. Now the problem is that when they shipped it, the box was bent, and so you see this seam, this ugly seam here. But what can you do? I straightened it a bit so you can barely notice. It's no big deal. Okay, let's put it in place. So yeah, here it is. It adds a whole new dimension. So it hides the hidden station and it gives a nice background. Looks nice. So you see. Oh, of course I have to 3D print some portals there to mask the cut, but that will be done eventually. Yeah, so the next step is to ballast also the higher tracks. But before doing that, I need to create a barrier between the platform here, otherwise the ballast will just fall down. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so here's the idea, is what I did. I 3D printed all these barriers here. So these will be I'll have to glue like a nylon mesh up here to create like an idea of a fence. Yeah, I have to prime them, paint them, and then glue the mesh. And here I created these walls here that of course I'll have to bend. Like with the hair dryer, I'm gonna warm the plastic and bend it, and so then I can ballast all the tracks. So for this update, that's it. So this is where I'm currently at. So in the next few days or weeks, I'll work on the upper station. Yeah, okay. So see you next time. Bye bye.